It is my honor to introduce this year's student speaker for Revelle, Omamuyovwhi Ikuku. Inni is a mechanical engineering major from Lagos, Nigeria. During his time at UC San Diego, he's been an engaged student leader, serving as an international peer coach, a senator for Associated Students, and a 3-term member of Revelle College Council. He's also a member of the National Society of Black Engineers and was a 2018 recipient of Revelle's Ernest C. Mort Leadership Excellence Award. Please join me in welcoming Inni to the podium.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. A modern-day philosopher, Michael G. Tyson, once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth." I know, not exactly the words that begin your typical commencement speech. But then again, it hasn't been a very typical couple of months, and I cannot think of a more appropriate analogy that describes what 2020 undoubtedly did to everyone listening to this. You see, if life is like a boxing match, then most of us would probably like to see ourselves like Muhammad Ali, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And perhaps maybe we even took a couple of hits along the way. Failed midterms, all-nighters at Geisel Library, only to accidentally take a nap and wake up 5 minutes after the end of your midterm. Getting knocked over in Revelle Plaza by one of those obnoxious skaters. Which reminds me, anyone in the audience I may or may not have allegedly bumped into on my board, I apologize. But even then, 2020, that punch hit different. You see, when a boxer gets knocked down, they have 10 seconds to get right back up. And like a lot of you, for the first time in my life, I got knocked down. And I heard that 10 count. 1, I thought about all the things I'd never done. Our time on campus was cut short, and yes, I had some fun, but 2, I wasted way too much time. I made too many excuses to too many people that mattered, and now my time with them was not enough. And 3, I failed to see that the moments we spent with friends was just as important as our degree. And 4, you see, I got stuck at 4, and it was a very dark place. The pandemic really began to wreak havoc, and too many phone calls began with the words, "We regret to inform you." I don't know who it was for you, but for me, it was a grandma who I love very much, and as if the pandemic were not formidable enough, yet another beast joined the ring. An aged beast of no nation, domiciled in America, that we just can't quite seem to beat, even to this day. And since this is real life, there were no refs, and 2020 kept punching us while we were down. Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, those names mean different things to different people, but to millions around the world, it was the bell that galvanized them to step out of the audience and step into the ring. You see, that's the other thing about real life. Unlike a real boxing match, you don't need to fight alone. So together, with our gloves on and our boots tied, we were ready, waiting on the bell for the next round to begin. But when it came to my disappointment, it was actually my alarm, reminding me that my humanities essay on Shakespeare is due tonight. Really? I can't type with boxing gloves on, but it seems like we were all expected to. And so we typed. And we clocked in, making that trip from bed to chair every day because UCSD Zoom University is what we signed up for, and we didn't want anyone saying we weren't fighting our important battles. Hopping from ring to ring, we fought. Half the day spent in protest, and the other half trying to understand the complexities of signal and system equations. But how did you find the motivation? Hey, just checking in. Are you okay? I wanted to see how you were doing. Common text at any other time that quickly became lifelines. You see, words on a screen from someone in your corner can mean so much when a battle has long been fought in solitude. And how grateful I was for those. But now back to the 10 count. Well, you might be wondering why I stopped at 4. Well, amidst all the trial and tribulation, I found the strength to stand, but it was not by my own might. See, if all I had was me, that 10 count would have been long gone and I would have still been on the floor. But I found the strength to stand. With my face battered and bloody and my legs very unsteady, I found the strength to stand because of you. Parents, family, friends, teachers, even acquaintances and relationships long taken for granted. You see, life is indeed like a boxing match. But just like that fight against injustice, it's one fight that goes on forever. Therefore, it's only a matter of time before our backs inevitably hit that canvas and the 10 count starts again. This time, however, we will be ready. Because if the last months have taught us anything, it is that you cannot be a passive audience in the fight against injustice. So when that bell rings, it's off my seat and into the ring I go. Because when your back touches that canvas, I will be there to pick you up. And when Mike Tyson says everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, well, now I can say I have a plan for that too. Revelle College class of 2021, my plan is you.